You're using this incredibly powerful AI every single day, probably without even thinking twice about it, and it knows you really, really well. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the algorithms that decide what you see and maybe more importantly, what you don't on your favorite streaming services.
So let me ask you this. If you fired up your streaming app right now, why is that particular movie the very first thing you see? I can tell you, it is no accident, and it's definitely not magic. It's the end result of an algorithm that honestly might understand your tastes even better than you do. Let's dig into how it actually works.
All right, so why even bother with these super complicated systems in the first place? Well, it all starts with a very human problem, one that I guarantee every single one of us has experienced.
You know the feeling, right? It's been a long day, you finally crash on the couch, you open up an app, and then you just scroll, and scroll, and scroll some more. Before you know it, you've spent more time looking for something to watch than you would have spent actually watching it. That, right there, is choice paralysis.
And it's no wonder we feel this way. The libraries on these modern streaming platforms are just gigantic. We're talking tens of thousands of movies and shows. Without some kind of guide, trying to find the one thing you're in the mood for is like trying to find a needle in a haystack the size of a city. And this is where the algorithm steps in. This is its whole mission in life. Its job is simple, but it is absolutely crucial for the business. Predict what you're going to click on next so you don't give up and close the app. Because at the end of the day, keeping you engaged, well, that's the whole game.
Okay, so how does this digital curator actually figure you out? What's going on under the hood? Well, the most effective systems out there today use what you can basically think of as a two-brained approach.
So brain number one uses something called collaborative filtering. The easiest way to think about this is social proof. It looks at thousands, even millions of other users with tastes just like yours and recommends what they watched and enjoyed. Brain number two uses content-based filtering. This one is all about you. It analyzes the DNA of what you watch, the genre, the actors, the vibe, to find other stuff with those exact same ingredients. But here's the thing. Neither of those brains is perfect on its own. The real magic, the secret sauce, is when you combine them. You get them talking to each other, and that creates a hybrid model that can make these incredibly accurate predictions about what you're going to love. Let me give you a quick example. Okay, so the content-based brain knows you love sci-fi movies. Simple enough. But then the collaborative brain notices something interesting. A whole bunch of other sci-fi fans, people just like you, have all of a sudden started watching this new documentary. The hybrid system puts two and two together and boom, it boosts that documentary's ranking way up on your homepage, betting that you might be the next one to make that jump. Okay, but wait a second. This brings up a pretty obvious question, right? What about a brand new show, one that nobody has watched yet? How can the system recommend something when there's no data? Yeah, that's a huge issue in the industry, and it's actually called the cold start problem. And this is exactly where that hybrid model is so brilliant. It uses the show's attributes, the content-based part, like its genre and its actors, to find a small, perfect initial audience of people who are most likely to enjoy it. It's the perfect way to kickstart the data and get the ball rolling. But get this, the personalization doesn't just stop at which titles you see, it goes way, way deeper. The algorithm also controls how those titles are presented to you. And that brings us to something called the thumbnail game. Just take a look at this. Two different people can be recommended the exact same movie, but see completely different promotional art for it. If you're a big action fan, you get the thumbnail with the explosion and the hero holding a gun. But if you're a romance fan, you get the one with the two leads in a soft, intimate moment. It's the same movie, just marketed in a hyper-personalized way. And the scale of this is just staggering. A single movie might have dozens of different thumbnails, and the system is constantly A/B testing them to see which one makes you most likely to click. It even gets down to really specific localization. For instance, in India, if the system knows you tend to watch cricket with Tamil commentary, it might show you a thumbnail featuring the Tamil commentators, just to grab your attention. So, we've seen how all this tech works, but now we get to the most important question of all. Why? Why do these companies invest so much money and brain power into this stuff? The answer? Well, it kind of changes how you see your home screen forever. Here's the crucial point. It's no longer about who has the biggest library of content. The real war, the real battleground, is the home screen. The company that can own your attention the second you open their app, that's the company that wins. And this brings us to the ultimate business strategy.
The algorithm is a gatekeeper. Sure, it wants you to be happy and find something you like, but it's also heavily weighted to push the platform's own original content. It's designed to guide you toward the shows and movies they own because that builds their brand and justifies those massive production budgets.
All right, let's bring all this home. Let's talk about the big takeaway from all of this for you, the person actually doing the watching.
So the next time you see that perfect movie suggestion, the one that feels like the app literally read your mind, don't think of it as a lucky guess. Think of it for what it is, a cold, hard, statistical prediction calculated in milliseconds and fine-tuned by thousands of little data points about your behavior.
So the next time you log in, just remember that incredibly complex machine working behind the screen. It's not just curating your choices, it's predicting your desires. That algorithm knows what you want to watch, and maybe, just maybe, it knows it even before you do.